Okay, go for it.
Um, every time you have a public speaking event, a first date, first day of class, you have some sort of nerves. Now, I like to ask two people, how do you react when you're nervous? Any volunteers?
My stomach like flips around a lot.
Anybody else?
I just think a lot. Like I can't stop thinking about it, or like I can't sleep the night before if I'm thinking about it too much.
Well, when I get nervous, I sweat. Like a lot of people, it's common. I don't know if some of you sweat too, but it's one of the most common things that happen when people get nervous. And to those who do sweat, occasionally, only when they're nervous, don't worry about it. It could be worse. You could sweat all the time without any pressures, anxiety, or nerves, like myself. According to the National Institute of Health, if you sweat too much too often, it could be due to a nervous system disorder, which is
Try the mouse.
Hyperhidrosis. Okay, hyperhidrosis is a nervous system disorder where it causes the body to sweat more than its physiological needs. Now, I have hyperhidrosis. I noticed it in 8th grade when I was just sitting in class writing and my papers were wet for no reason. I was just writing a paper. And one thing some people don't know is why exactly do we sweat? And there's three main things. According to kidshealth.org, which is sponsored by a nonprofit organization to share health among kids, people's sweat is a great cooling device because your body needs to stay a certain temperature, and if you don't sweat, you could overheat. And it's good to clean your skin and keep the body rid of toxins that doesn't come out in any other way. Things that make us sweat are intense heat, situations that cause anxiety, like being on a roller coaster, test taking, or even public speaking. And exercising is another thing that makes people sweat because you exercise, you're making your body hot, and you need to sweat to release the cool energy. Now, you might say, since everybody sweats, what makes hyperhidrosis so different? Well, it only affects 1 to 3% of the world's population, according to the National Center for Biotechnology Research. This is a small amount of people that can help to just sit and sweat, and it's not like the only symptoms are wetness. So my hands are wet right now, maybe because I'm nervous, but they would do it anyways if I wasn't. And okay, you only sweat in specific places. It's not like my arms or my legs. It's 4 types of hyperhidrosis. The first and most common is palmar hyperhidrosis, so you sweat in the palms of your hand. Palms can become sweaty and clammy and cold most of the time, and it's kind of gross, but this is the most common type of hyperhidrosis. Like imagine holding a bottle that's sweated, but you're just holding it all day or in and out throughout the day. The next kind is called pedal hyperhidrosis, and this sweating in the feet. This normally comes accompanied to palmar hyperhidrosis, and it's like walking on wet pavement, or if you go to an amusement park and you haven't gotten the water yet, you're just walking on the wet pavement. This is the second and most common type of hyperhidrosis. The third is auxiliary, like on a nice day you dress up and it's really hot and your underarms start sweating and it's really gross and sticky. That's how it is for some people. This is not really common, but they normally come along in stages, like you get palmar, pedal, and then auxiliary. And the last and least common is facial sweating or facial blushing. It happens in your neck, scalp, and forehead, and your face can become really red and sweaty at any time during the day. Now, I never thought myself and Michael Jordan would have anything in common except my amazing basketball skills. But he said, I'm not ever sweating for 3 hours just to see what it feels like to sweat. And personally, I'm not either. People with hyperhidrosis can't help it. It's a nervous system disorder. It either fails or it's a short or something, and your body just sweats whenever it wants to. And the 4 types, they sweat in your face, feet, hands, and underarms. And Michael Jordan's reason isn't really gross, but at least he's making money for doing what he does to sweat.